This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Mike Sedita.
Hello and welcome to episode 171 of the Good Neighbor Podcast. I am your host, Mike Sedita, and today we're joined by the owner of Wave Tax and Financial Solutions, Evelyn Ruiz. Evelyn, how are you doing today?
Fine. Really fantastic. Thanks for the invitation.
Thank you for being on with us. I appreciate it. Just to keep you up to date on what we are, what we do, why we do what we do, the Good Neighbor Podcast was started during COVID as a way for business owners like you to be able to get your message out to the community while still being socially distant. And over the last 4 years, the Good Neighbor Podcast has evolved into a national brand. We have Good Neighbor Podcasts in Philadelphia, Atlanta, Denver, and everywhere in between. I talk to business owners here in Tampa. So with that said, tell us a little bit about Wave Tax and Financial Solutions.
Our firms is on financial, accounting, and tax solutions for our clients. So we offer an accounting services, all the different services for making financial statement, to due diligence, preparation. We make sure our clients are always aware of what is going to under the hood, okay? We offer some tax strategy. We not only do taxes, but prepare a holistic strategy to make sure you pay your fair shares of taxes after considering all the different strategies that may reduce your tax bill.
So do you mostly work with businesses or do you work with individuals who are doing their taxes and financial planning?
Both of them. We're working with some investors. They are made money by the W-2. And when your W-2 is too high, we can't do most of strategies for reduce your tax bill.
And where are you guys located? Do you have an office or do everybody work remotely?
We have our office is in Bruceby Downs, is on 15301 Amberley Drive, Suite 210. This is in Tampa.
Okay, I know right where you're at. You're right in, there's like, you're right by Crunch. You're right by Amberley and Bruceby Downs right there, and that's shared space.
Crunch. Yes.
Yep. Yeah. I'm very familiar with that area. Okay, so do you work with people generally in the New Tampa, Tampa Palms, Wesley Chapel area, or do you have clients that are all over?
We are clients globally because we help people and investors and businesses that they offer and globally services.
So let me ask you, for you personally, this is your business. How long have you guys been in business? How long have you had this company?
Around 6 years.
6 years. So what did you do before this? Did you work for a big firm? Did you do something completely different? How did you get from where you were to being the owner of Wave Tax and Financial Solutions?
I am an accountant. I was already an accountant in my home country. And when I arrived here, I realized that the Spanish speaker did not have a good option when it came down to the tax and financial information and strategies. So I checked and see a big opportunity, and I started that Wave Tax and Financial Solutions.
And your home country, I can't make out the accent. Is it Australia?
No, Venezuela.
Oh, Venezuela.
I am Latina.
So Venezuela, how long have you been in the U.S.?
In 9 years.
9 years. So would you say you got out of Venezuela in time, like just in time, or were things starting to really turn bad in Venezuela while you were there?
Oh, that was a different kind of situation that I had with me and my family, and we moved to the United States, but we are really grateful for the big opportunity to help a lot of people here. So
is most of your clientele Spanish-speaking folks that really just need your help because you're bilingual and you can help them navigate? Is that mostly who you're dealing with?
Yeah, a lot of my clients, around the 70% of my clients are from Latin American, but now immigrants people is every time is more and more and more. So I can help a lot of them because our system is different than the US system and financial and taxes and everything. So I can help them to I can help they to use the big strategies and in the process to adaptation in this system.
So let me ask you this. You did accounting when you lived in Venezuela.
Yes.
What would, for you, not necessarily your clients in this question, but for you, what is one of the biggest things that when you came here and started doing, accounting in the US, I mean, the tax code is ridiculously huge. There's a lot of layers to it. Was that the hardest thing, to get used to the amount of different code and things you had to follow? Was that a lot different in Venezuela?
In Venezuela, our code doesn't work. Anyone's do the good things because we don't have normally regulations or normally rules. No, the code is only writing and that's it. Anyone's do or nothing. Anyone's doing nothing to complete everything as the law, as the law.
So because there's no tax law in Venezuela?
Yeah, that is existing, but we don't have the normal departments to check if the people is doing the good things.
So you don't have like the IRS in Venezuela that's checking. So it's kind of the honor system.
Yeah, we have it, but they doesn't work normal. They doesn't work good.
So when you were a little girl, did you always want to be like, were you always kind of like a numbers nerd? Like,
yes. The big history is when I was 13, around my teens. Okay. I had my little business. I started my business as a commercial. Yeah, I sell some items to my class when I started my business. So I like it. This is my passion. My passion.
So you've always been an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And what was the first product that you sold to your classmates? Did you mark it up really good? Did you make a good profit margin?
Yes, makeup.
Oh, well, that works. Okay, so that's definitely. So your makeup business, your initial makeup business, were you actually producing the product and selling it, or were you buying it at a price that was so low that you could mark it up and sell it?
I resell the product, but I start to know what is the process between the cost of goods sold, what is my income, my net profit, and everything. And that was amazing. Yeah.
So you got a taste of that early, and then from there you said, hey, I want to just do this. I like to do the financials. I like to do the economics of things, and you got a bug for it, and you were always into it. Do you, when you're not in the office and you're not, managing money and looking at tax code, what do you do for enjoyment? What do you do for fun?
I spend most of the time working, but I have 2 boys and my husband. I have my family. I am the queen of my home. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be the bearer of bad news for your husband, but first you said work, then you said my 2 boys, and your husband was the last on there. Do you have any pets? Because you didn't throw the pets in front of your husband.
No
pets.
No pets. No.
Okay, so how old are your boys?
8 and 10 years.
8 and 10. So are they into stuff like sports and soccer and baseball, or are they more into calculators or art? What do they enjoy doing?
It's amazing ages because my big boy is in the pre, and that ages. So I try to teach them how the money works. So I do some investment with them. We made some loans between us. Hey, I can provide you a loan, take the money, and you can pay me back with maybe 10% more, but you can use the money now. But you need to know what is the best way to use the money for gain that the 10% more and pay me back. So this is a gain with them. But
Okay, wait. Hold on. So if I understand correctly, what I'm hearing you say is you are a loan shark to your kids. You charge them, you send them money, and you charge them 10% interest?
yes, per year. It's not bad.
Okay, now, all right, 10% is not bad. And if they don't pay, do you send somebody out to rough them up a little bit, or do you just charge penalties if they miss a payment?
No, they have the allowance. They have their allowance.
Okay.
So they can save their allowance to pay me back, or they need to administrate and organize their money to complete everything and the whole responsibilities.
So if you're out with your boys and say you are at Wiregrass Mall, just say, and you're walking down the street, they have their allowance, they have their money, whatever that allowance is. Let's just say they have $20 and they see something that they want. Are you the parent that says, well, that thing is $40, I can loan you the $20, or you can't afford it? How do you teach them responsibility with their money?
So if they want anything like a toy, or this is a normally thing that they wanted. Hey, you have your allowance. If you need more money, I can do a loan for you. So if they need it, I will buy.
It's your parent. I get that part of it. If it's a want, not a need, if it's a want, you'll front them the money and then they pay back in either from their allowance or additional chores around the house. Is that how you're teaching them responsibility of work and money?
Yes. Sometimes they say me, hey, mommy, we want to resell some of my toys. My big one, he did a lemonade store, and he saved some money for saving.
So, all right, so he did a lemonade store, he did a lemonade stand. Do you live nearby where your office is? Do you live nearby there where your community? Did he get a lot of traffic? Did you teach him to do traffic studies to see how many people are driving by his lemonade stand? What part of town do you guys live?
Yeah, I help them too. We send them the whole information by the Facebook group and stay with them. Hey, you can do some advertising and talk the doors of the close neighbors.
Nice.
Hey, because that will help to the personality of them. My little one, he don't likes to talk with anyone.
Really?
He doesn't like. And me, I'm talking.
Okay, so is your older son, your 10-year-old, he's more outgoing like you,
yes,
and an extrovert. Your younger son, who's 8, is your husband more of an introvert, like he keeps to himself, or your husband also is talkative?
My husband is also talking because he's a salesman too.
Well, your 8-year-old probably just can't get a word in edgewise between all three of you. You guys are always talking. The poor kid probably can't get a word out. So he's just sitting there watching everything. So you're telling me your fun activity is just really spending time with your husband and your boys, and they're not involved in anything like extracurricular activities that they do around school?
Yeah, sometimes I also take care of my plants. Maybe it's a sign of the aging.
So your parents live with you?
No.
Oh, so when you one of the things I always am fascinated by with people's businesses, and you're dealing with a lot of immigrants or people from Latin America that are coming here and trying to do stuff. Are some of those people that are coming in, are you helping them to kind of get a business and start a business, or is it really just getting on their feet, that they're working multiple jobs and trying to get the American dream, or are you helping them to develop a plan to start a business?
Yeah, my goal is to offer a personal advice and guidance, ensuring that individually, with each client, navigate their tax and financial matters in what way align with their cultural context while not making costly mistakes. We can start to check their idea. Hey, what do you want to do? Okay, perfect. What is your position? How many capital do you need? So what is the best way? Retain the capital, because normally and sometimes the people only check the Google. Hey, in Google say you can open the do the registration by zombies, and that's it. Hey, but what comes later? What is the legal responsibilities? Normally, people doesn't matter, doesn't nothing. Hey, we can work together to complete the whole requirements to do on the best way, and grow up your idea, grow up your business, stay well by a financial situation, and pay your normal tax bill. We want to help to our clients.
Okay, so here's this is maybe an awkward question to ask this, but are all the people that you're dealing with that are coming in, that are immigrants into this country, do they all have, I mean, without saying it any other way, are they all legal to the point where they have tax ID numbers and visas and can anybody start a business without a tax ID number? Is that something that's doable?
Yeah, this is possible. Yeah, for sure, this is possible. The people can register an LLC without any social security number or IT number. They can.
So they just go to Sunbiz. They just go to Sunbiz, register, and then once they do that, then they can apply for a federal tax ID for their business.
Yeah, they can apply by the IRS with the foreign and everything, the whole paperwork. Then their passport and everything.
You're guiding these folks through this entire process.
Everything to complete the whole good structure for their business, because it's not only the EIN and the zombies, everything, the bank account and the accountant.
Well, I mean, is there so checklist? Like, I'm thinking about when I started my first business, I went and registered it with the Secretary of the State. I registered it. Then I went and filed for a tax ID number. Then I went and opened a bank account and started a checking account. And then I started to do credit application, as I started to build the business. Is there other steps in there that are vital that maybe somebody might be missing?
Yeah, this year you need to complete the BOI report by that is a new report by the FinCEN. They request the whole information of the whole business in the whole country. So you need to complete the BOI report. You have BOI, BOI. You have only 90 days. The content start when your business is active. You need to complete this.
Okay, so that's if you start a new business in 2024, you need to file this BOI report. If you're an existing business, when you do your annual report, is it something on top of your annual report that you need to do?
The BOI you need to complete before December 31st, 2024. For the whole
every business,
LLC, corp. You have some exception, but this is really, really reduce the population that doesn't need to file the BOI. Yeah, the law normally is changing. Okay, each year, is monthly. They change some rules, and it's really, really important if you are with a good advice about your business.
So let me ask you this: what is your feeling on having an LLC versus filing documents to be an LLC that files your taxes as an S-Corp? You don't have to be an S-Corp. You could just file your taxes as an S-Corp, right?
Yes, depends. So S-Corp is the most fantastic structure to pay less taxes. But when you change your structure or your situation to file as an S-Corp, you get some responsibilities and different things. Like you need to have a payroll in your S-Corp. A lot of people,
you need to have some payroll.
You need to do a payroll. Yeah, for you as an owner.
Right.
You need to have the K1 and your W2. A lot of people doesn't know that this rule, and you need to do your W2 for a good compensation.
Well, that's the key is you need to look at your overall revenue that you're generating and then have a W-2 that is commensurate to that overall income that your revenue that you're generating.
But the income, you don't only need to say, hey, I want a payroll for 50,000. No, you need to complete your financial statement. You need to complete the whole report to know what is the financial situation about your business, to get a different responsibility, and because you need to pay more, spend more money in complete the whole rules to be an S-Corp. So you will pay less money in taxes, but maybe you will pay more money to complete the whole rules. This is the difference. But the S-Corp is a good way. I like it.
So that's the stuff you help navigate people through. So if someone is listening to this and they're, they don't have to be Latin American. I mean, you'll work with anybody. But if someone's listening to this and they are interested in finding you, why don't you give your contact information, and you can give it in English and in Spanish if that's better.
Yeah, no, whatever. And my team members, everyone are bilinguals. So my English is improvement. My English every single day. I'm working to improve my English.
But your English is fine. But anybody who's listening to this, maybe they don't speak English. Maybe this whole thing sounds difficult. So if you want them to find you, give us your phone number and website in English, and then you can give it to us in Spanish if you want to. So people listen.
No, it's fine. In English, we have we can have an English people, English is speaking people.
How many folks do you have working with you right now?
9.
9, and they work remotely, or are they all in Tampa Palms?
Both.
Wow.
Both, but we can meet you in our office or by video cam.
Can you meet me at the Fat Rabbit over in Tampa Palms, right down the street from your office? That's the place I like. So tell us, how do we get a hold of you?
Give me a second. I will provide you. Our email address is info@wavetax.us. You can schedule a discovery call with us through our website. Our website is www.wavetax.us. And we are in Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. And you can meet to us by our phone is 813-510-7783. This is the customer service primary line. And you can follow us by our social media. We have a lot of educational content about the situation and some tax strategy.
So we're going to include all of that information. So when we post this and people get to see it and listen to it, we'll have all the information included there. Your website, your phone number, your social tags, all of that stuff. But in the meantime, folks, if you're listening to this, you can go to wavetax.us, and that can guide you to get started. If you want to send an email, I'm sure you can get it through the website, but it's info@wavetax.us. And if you just said, you know what, I just need to call Evelyn. She said everything I needed to hear. She's the person I need to contact. You can call 813-510-7783. She's centrally located right in Tampa Palms, not far from downtown, not far from Wesley Chapel. Straight up, if you go right down Bears Avenue, you get right to Dale Mabry and 41, and you can get to everywhere from where she's located in Tampa Palms. Folks, definitely reach out. And if you're Spanish speaking and you're not understanding a single word I'm saying, please find this online and contact her at wavetax.us. Evelyn, thank you for being a good neighbor. Thank you for being on the Good Neighbor podcast.
Thank Mike for the invitation. Nice to meet you. If you need to
too.
talk with me later, please let me know. My pleasure.
We will definitely be in touch, Evelyn. You have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thanks for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast Passcode. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to gnppasco.com. That's gnppasco.com or call 813-922-3610.